All right, a very big welcome to you, my viewers and subscribers from all over the world. This is yet another episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Otta jailed 4 years for stealing electrical wires. Otta is a town in Ogun State, as most of you know. A man stole few electrical cables and he has bagged himself a 4-year jail term in this same country where people steal billions of naira and they go free. The masses are on their own. Let me show you another update that shows that the masses are under a spell in the hands of the political class. In 2023, billionaire businessman Femi Otedola supported Tinubu to rule Nigeria. He knew that Tinubu was wasteful and had no clue on the economy, yet he backed him. But look at what the same Femi Otedola did when wastefulness and inefficiency came close to his own private business. The insider, turmoil in First Bank as furious Otedola wields the big stick after lavish party. Folake Animumuni was asked to resign as First Bank's global head of marketing and corporate communications by Femi Otedola, the chairman of the holding company. Insiders have told the Cable. A top employee of the bank informed the Cable that Otedola was seriously icked when he learned that a whooping sum was spent on a send-off party for Adesola Adedunton, the former MD of the bank, who was reportedly forced to resign over alleged negligence in a 60 billion naira electronic fraud. However, insiders said Otedola believed it was insensitive and wasteful to throw such a lavish party when the clear direction and mandate of the bank is to recapitalize and reposition the institution from excess of the past management. And this tweet here says, so he is angry when people are wasteful with his business, but he didn't support someone with a history of prudent management of public funds in the last election. See this country, we all know what we are doing. That is it. When it had to do with his own business, he kept tribe aside. But when it has to do with you, they will tell you you must support your own. The masses must wake up. And few hours ago, protests broke out in Delta State over a very terrible and shocking case of human rights abuse by the Tinubu administration and the Nigerian army. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that, fresh updates on lawyer and human rights activist Dele Farotimi's saga broke out. Mr. Farotimi has finally been granted bail. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you these updates. You know, when we talk about how Nigerians are fleeing the country massively under the APC hired crooks will say we are exaggerating. They'll say we have no proof. Okay, here is a top proof from a representative of the UK embassy. Watch this video.
Let's talk about immigration policies.
Sure.
You know, many Nigerians perceive UK's policies as overly restrictive, especially for students and skilled workers. So how do you respond to allegations that these inhibit human capital development?
I have to contest this picture because the UK in the last couple of years has granted around 300,000 new visas to Nigerians, which far exceeds any other visa relationship which Nigeria has with any other country. The trends have been really positive post-Brexit. Nigeria has been a major beneficiary of the post-Brexit migration visa rules. And if you look at, say, the number of people getting work visas in the UK, these people play an incredibly important role in certain sectors, particularly our social care sector. The number of people getting work visas to go to the UK has gone from something like 10 to 20,000 6-7 years ago to 80, 90,000 a year in the last 2 years, last year and this year. Now, we have 145 visit visas already, 145,000 visit visas already approved this year, similar to last year. Student numbers, they are down. We had around over 100,000 last academic year. The initial figures suggest they're around 70,000 this year. So student numbers, I admit, are down. But I think everybody agrees that it's a huge relationship. There's a lot of positivity in it. If you apply with the right documentation and the right evidence, the approval rate is very high. Student visas, it's 75%, I think. Sorry, 97%. Work visas, if you've got the right documentation and the job lined up, again, very high. So I would like to emphasize how huge the relationship is. It outstrips any other visa relationship that Nigeria has with any other single country, in my understanding.
You heard that. Now, the representative of the UK embassy must be shocked at the rate at which Nigerians want to leave their own country so badly, because there he was rolling out statistics, figures to show that the UK has done well to help Nigerians to migrate. But the interviewer is telling him that Nigerians are complaining that they've not done enough. And I don't even want to begin to go over the numbers that he rolled out, but you just heard them. Very embarrassing numbers. And I hope you know that it is only one out of about 20 applications that goes through. So if they say 300,000 in the last, let's say 1, 2, 3 years, then what they are telling you is that about 2 million people or more have applied to leave Nigeria. And the people leaving are our best hands. What a tragedy. Now, the next update here is an atrocious statement coming out of the Tinubu camp. Look at how the papers reported it. Tinubu committed to ensuring no Nigerian goes to bed hungry, says federal government. According to the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Abdullahi, since Tinubu's inauguration in May 2023, the government has rolled out programs to ensure food security in the country. As part of the renewed hope agenda, because food security is on the front burner in the agricultural sector, it is the mainstream of Nigeria's economy. It is expected to also play a critical role in the economy as a means of poverty alleviation and gender inclusivity, the minister said. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seriously concerned about our food security situation. Let me add that many times he would say to us, his vision is for us to take Nigeria to a position where no man goes to bed hungry. We have realized that, and we are working very hard to make sure we achieve that, Abdullahi said. Last year, just months after he assumed office, Tinubu declared an emergency on food security. We will engage our security architecture to protect the farms and the farmers so that farmers can return to the farmlands without fear of attacks, Tinubu said. Tinubu noted that the Central Bank of Nigeria will continue to play a role in funding the agricultural value chain. He said 500,000 hectares of land had been mapped land to increase the availability of arable land for farming. Now, these two things he said, we have not seen anything come out of that. That he will engage in security architecture and make sure they protect farmlands and farmers. They are not protecting them. Most of them are in the southeast, forming roadblocks and harassing innocent citizens. Farmers in the southwest still cried out not long ago that Fulani headsmen had taken over their farms. 500,000 hectares of land you mapped out. Where is it? Where is it located in this country? And this two here says, I think this is a typo. It should be Tinubu committed to ensuring every Nigerian goes to bed hungry. I think this is a better version. This is a better heading because that is what he's doing. And this tweet by Adeyinka says, they won't share another rice for December. That's our dividend on our minerals. That is it. Whenever they speak like this, they are about to share rice again. 2 mulus of rice. Olakunle Don says, when people have been going hungry, people are dying of hunger. You are coming out to say you are committed to them not getting hungry. What a shame. Now, let us look at those two updates that have become the major talking points in the Nigerian political media space. First of all, is that protest in Delta State, Okuama community to be precise. Oh, what an abuse of human rights. And next is that update detailing the bail and bail condition of lawyer and human rights activist Dele Farotimi. Let's start by taking that update coming out of Okuama community in Delta State. Look at how the papers reported it. Protest rocks Okuama community Delta over Pa Ogoroko's death in Nigerian Army's custody. Sahara reporters. Hundreds of residents of Okuama community in the Ughelli South local government area of Delta State, comprising women and youths on Monday, staged a protest against the torturing to death of their President General, Pa James Ogoroko, by the Nigerian army. The aggrieved protesters, however, gave the Nigerian government and the military authorities 7-day ultimatum to release 5 community leaders still being held captive in military detention and the body of the late Pa Ogoroko. The protesters warned that failure by the Nigerian government and the Nigerian army to effect release of the detained community leaders after the 7-day ultimatum will lead to their resorting to self-help. The deceased President General Pa Ogoroko was arrested alongside Professor Arthur Ekpepo, Chief Belvis Adogbo, Dennis Okugbaye, Dennis Malaka, Madam Mabel, and one other between August 18 to 2024 and had remained in unknown military detention facilities since then. However, the leader of the protesters, Elder Okwotake Otiero, while addressing journalists, said, "We want the corpse of Ogoroko and those detained to be released immediately. We will take the laws into our hands because we have been pushed to the wall. Why should our PG be killed through torture?" The protesters vowed, among others, to block the River Niger access at the expiration of the ultimatum, maintaining that the government and military authorities could not continue the illegalities. Bring them to court if you have any evidence of crime they committed, and let the law take its course. Another community leader, Honorable Jacob Akemo, wondered why the Nigerian army resorted to impunity in the matter. Is the Nigerian army above the law? How can you abduct people without taking them to court? Is that the Nigerian law? Now our PG is dead. Others, as we hear, are terribly sick. Within 7 days, we want all of them to be released. We have suffered enough, and the government should act to avert unrest. Okuama has been destroyed. Our leaders are now dying in military detention. We are mourning now, and we want an end to this oppression, he declared. What did he do? Someone who never did anything but was arrested, and now he is dead. We are thrown into mourning. We want Tinubu to tell us if we are still Nigerians. What is Okuama's crime to warrant this treatment? We want our leaders to be released immediately. We have been pushed to the wall. We want action now. What a country. And when they say that the country is a zoo, when they say it's a jungle, you say the people saying it are not patriotic. There was an incident in Okuama. The army was guilty in the incident, even though some of the boys in Okuama too had fault in the whole issue. And this matter has since been settled, but you took some of their community leaders and you locked them up as if army is now police. Even police is not permitted to lock somebody more than 24 hours. You need to charge the person to court. Now, somebody has died in your custody. You guys have turned this country into a jungle. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to this, that update on Dele Farotimi dropped. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: Federal High Court Ekiti grants Dele Farotimi 50 million naira bail. Adjourns cybercrime trial to January 29. Sahara reporters. The Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, on Monday granted 50 million naira bail to human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi after the police filed charges against him over allegations of cybercrime. Justice Babs O. Kuewumi, presiding over the court on Monday, December 9, 2024, ruled that Farotimi be released on bail with conditions that included a 50 million naira surety and a guarantor possessing a landed property of equivalent value. The case, with suit number FHC ADCR 104-2024, was filed by the Inspector General of Police alleging cybercrime activities linked to Farotimi. However, Justice Kuewumi adjourned the case to January 29, 2025 for further proceedings. Sahara reporters had last Friday reported that the Nigerian police filed fresh charges against Farotimi before the Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti over allegations of cybercrime. The State Police Command had made the filing in a plot to frustrate the human rights lawyer's bail application and keep him in remand. Also speaking on Monday's court sitting, human rights activist and convener of Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, said the first hurdle was crossed as Dele Farotimi was granted bail of 50 million naira shorty in the like sum with someone with landed property. The case was adjourned to 29 January 2025. Hashtag Free Dele Farotimi now. Farotimi, known for his advocacy for justice and good governance, had appeared before the court on Wednesday following charges brought against him by Afe Babalola San under the Cyber Crimes Act 2015. You heard that. Congratulations to Dele Farotimi. He has now been granted his bail. When prominent Nigerians began working, to ensure that a bail was secured for Dele Farotimi, the police went and filed 14 fresh charges against him just to try to frustrate the entire plan. Their plan was that when he comes to court, he was supposed to show up in court on the 10th of December, which is tomorrow, but the bail came today. Their plan was that if he showed up in court on that 10th, they will now present all those charges, and then the judge will end up sending him back to remand. But they failed, and now Dele has been granted his bail, 50 million naira or landed property of that same value. And it's not like the person, the shorty, is going to lose the whole 50 million naira. This is how it works. You shorty, that money will be presented, and Dele is expected not to abscond. He is not going to leave Nigeria. He will be available anytime the court wants him to show up. He's going to show up again on the 29th of January. And once he is available and he does everything the court says he should do, the money, if it is paid, is going to be returned to the shorty. So that's how it is. It's not like they are going to lose money. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, better, though 50 million naira seems ridiculous, but at least he should be granted bail and allowed to respond to any allegations as a free man. No to oppression. That is it. That is it. And 50 million naira is a lot of money. Of course, Dele Farotimi should pull that kind of money. Dele is a big man. His book is the best-selling book right now on Amazon. So if politicians, they said somebody stole 200 billion and they told him to just bring 100 million, Dele is bigger than that person. So let them call any amount they want to call. The obedient camp is full of so many people that can be shorties in this kind of matter. The bottom line is that the shorty is not going to lose the money or his property. It's just a requirement for him to be able to stand as shorty. And Ben Samuel here says they should have just ignored this man. Dele is now more popular than government policies. He's more popular than Tinubu, than the entire government himself. And this tweet here says, Dele Farotimi is a hero. He can't be silenced. That is it. A very big hero at that. Just yesterday, I was telling us that for me, Dele Farotimi is already a winner in this whole case. And today, his bail has surfaced. Dele is already a winner. Like I said, what we'll be seeing, henceforth, will just be different dimensions of his victory. Yesterday, American media giant WikiLeaks detailed how Afe Babalola and Obasanjo bought a case for 30 million naira during Obasanjo regime. And how did that matter come up when Dele's book became, a bestseller on Amazon? Everybody began paying attention to it. And when those guys saw it, they said, oh, we had a report on this matter some time ago. Let us bring that report to fore. And then they published it again. This is Dele Farotimi standing against the entire system now. And so many things are going to come out of this. So many aspects of that book that has not even been touched yet. There are so many other sons, big sons, that were referenced in that book, all the evil that they did. And Afe Babalola, with his own hands, has brought all these upon himself, because if he had not said anything, if he had not tried to use impunity, if he had just approached the court quietly, I am telling you, people wouldn't have even been paying attention. Maybe highest, the book would have sold, say, 5,000 to 10,000 copies. But now, best-selling book on Amazon as we speak. Congratulations to Dele Farotimi on his achievement with this book. Congratulations to him on his bail. Let the man go home and have his peace, and he will be coming to attend to you people in court. He has said it. He said he's not running away, that he's happy to defend everything he said in that book in any courtroom in this world. So those of you that are doing gra using police, locking him up and all that, you are the ones that have things to hide. Dele has nothing to hide. Anyway, make I leave him here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news. Where una go like? Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Sorry,